Hello children, till now we have discussed about the ray diagrams, how they are deviate in different situations, how they are refract in different situations. Situation 1 to 4 we have discussed. And coming to the today's class, we are going to draw the image formation. So how the image forms and how the size of the image will be varies, that we will discuss today. So coming to this, first we have to know about rules to draw ray diagrams. So for that, first we need to know some rules for drawing a ray diagram. To find the position, the size of the image formed and where the image formed, position of the image where, and the size, how much it will be, how it will be, is it real or virtual, that we need to know. So for that we need to follow some rules to draw ray diagrams for different cases. And here first we need to select a point on the principal axis for placing object. Yes children, for placing object we need to select a point on the principal axis. Then draw two rays which were chosen from the situation 1, 2, 3, 4. Any one from that four, any two from that four cases we need to draw. Extend both the rays, and where the intersection point of those two rays, we will confirm that place is the image formation spot. So from that we need to draw a normal line which represents the size of the image. Yes, I think you got these children. Select a point on the principal axis, first step, first rule, and two rays we need to draw. Any two rays we need to draw from the different situations, and extend the two rays. Where the two rays are intersect, there the image formation will be. So that at that point we need to draw a normal line. We need to draw a normal line, and the size of the image will be that only. And here first case I am taking object at infinity distance. So like this children, the rays which are coming from the infinity distance will parallel to the principal axis and emergent on the convex mirror, and those are deviates through focus point. So at that point we got a point of intersection. So that's why it is the spot of image formation and the point object. So point object image will be there. Point object image. Here this is the point image, not point object children, point image. So here point image. So this is the point image formation. The ray falling on the lens from an object at infinity are parallel to the principal axis. They converge to the focal point. So their point sized image will be formed. So I think you got this. Next we are going to say about object placed behind the center of curvature. So here the object I am taking, and the ray which is parallel to the principal axis will deviate through focus, this one, and the ray which is passing through optic center undeviates. So this is undeviated. These two are intersect here. So from this point I am drawing a normal line. So this is the size of the image. So this is between C2 and F2. Behind the center of curvature, C1 is object. Here the image is in between center of curvature 2 and focal point 2. So this is diminished image, diminished, that means small size, and real image, inverted also. Between C2 and F2 we got. I think you got this. And coming to the object placed at the center of curvature. So object placed at the center of curvature, same two rays children. One is parallel to the principal axis and another one through center of curvature. We got a point of intersection at center of curvature 2. Here we are taking object at center of curvature 2 and the image will be at center of curvature 1. I think you got this, children, and this is the same size real image we got here and inverted at C2. At C2 inverted same size and real image we got. So this is object placed at center of curvature ray diagram. And coming to the object placed between the center of curvature and focal length. Here I am taking between F2 and C2, I am taking object and the ray which is parallel to the principal axis will deviate through focus, and the ray which is through optic center will not be deviated. So here we got a point of intersection. So there the image, enlarged inverted image we got, realigned enlarged inverted image behind C1 between focus and center of curvature. Here I am taking object, the image will be behind C1 enlarged. So this is about the object placed between the center of curvature and focus. Next case I am taking, children, object located at the focal point. So here the image will be at infinity distance like this. So the rays which are which is parallel to the principal axis through focus and through optic center undeviated, and these two are not interacting. So that's why we can conclude that the image may be at infinity distance. So this is the case, the object at focal distance. So while we have observed here the object at infinity distance at focal point, we got a point size image. And coming to the object placed at focus, we got image at infinity distance. We cannot identify that distance. And coming to the next case, object placed between focal point and optic center. Here, children, so only in this case we got virtual image, erect image, magnified image. We got in this side only, object side only. Here I am taking the object between optic center and focus. So here we are taking object and the ray which is parallel to the principal axis will deviate through focal point, and the ray which is through optic center undeviated. And the extension of these two rays, these are not divergent, these two are divergent. So here we'll get extension of these two rays are interacting here. So that's why we are getting virtual image in the lens, inside of the lens we can observe. So that's why it is virtual. And erected image, an upright position, or lateral inversion we'll get. And this is magnified, enlarged image, erected enlarged image inside the lens. Virtual image will got in the case of object between the focal point and optic center. Only in this case we got virtual image. So like in the case of reflection, we have discussed about all the cases of concave mirror. Here we have discussed about all the cases of convex lens. So which are convergent, which will give real images, convex lens. In the case of reflection, only concave mirrors will give real images like that. So this is the special case for the convex lenses. This concept is useful in microscopes for getting enlarged, magnified image. So this is the concept nowadays we are using in microscopes. So the magnification of virtual image is possible only when the object is at the distance less than focal length of the lens. Here see, children, object placed between center of curvature and focus point. For concave lens we are considering here, this is the concave lens I am taking, children. This is the object I am taking between center of curvature and focus point of the first curved surface side. So here I am taking an object. So the rays which are parallel to the principal axis are deviates like this in the upward direction away from the principal axis, and the ray which through optic center will be undeviated. So like this, these are not intersecting. So this is divergent rays. These are divergent rays. So coming to the extension of these two, we will get in point of intersection ears. Observe these children, this is very flexible to you. So here we got point of intersection. Here the virtual image forms inside the lens. This is not real, not on the screen. We are getting this on in the lens. We can get this one. And direct virtual diminished small in size image is this one. In between focal point and optic center we got this virtual image, erected image, and these are the incident rays, and these are the refracted rays which are divergent, which are not intersecting, and the extensions of these two rays intersects at this point. Extensions of these two rays intersects at this point. So it is in between the optic center and focus. We got a virtual image, virtual small size, diminished. Yes, diminished children, this one is diminished. So diminished virtual image we got here. So this is the case where the object placed between center of curvature and focus for concave lens. Children, in all the cases of concave lenses we got virtual image only. So like this, the object placed behind the center of curvature, I am considering three incident rays. The ray which is parallel to the principal axis deviates upward direction to the principal axis, and the ray which is through focus will deviate parallel to the principal axis, and the extension rays will meet at the point which is nearer to the principal axis. So very diminished image will form, erected image, virtual image. In all the cases like that only we will get children. The object between focal point and optic center, here I am taking. In this case also we got the virtual image between focal point and optic center P. So like that we will get here also image which is virtual, erected and diminished. And coming to the object at center of curvature, here also we will get diminished image, virtual image and erected image children. In all the cases we are taking here three rays. And the point of intersection we are getting inside of the lens only, all are virtual images only. So these type of concave lenses we are using in our life, flashlights and myopia. For correcting myopia we will use biconcave lens. So I think you got this children. For correcting, in the next lesson we are going to discuss about that only, about those hypermetropia. For that we are using, for correcting hypermetropia or farsightedness. So for correcting those we need to use biconvex lens. Biconvex lens we are using. These biconvex lenses are useful in correcting long-sighted, far-sightedness for correcting, and concave lenses are useful for correcting near-sightedness. And in flashlights also we will use one more example I am giving. In microscopes we are using convex lenses, and both are useful only. Convex lenses will give real images, except this case at focal point, object at focal point will get virtual image. So that concept is useful in microscopes. That is the special case I am explaining. And biconvex lenses are useful for correcting hypermetropia or long far-sightedness correction. And coming to the concave lenses, we are using those in myopia correction or nearsightedness correction. We will use concave lenses. So thank you children, we will discuss tomorrow further.